MDVL News at 9. I'm Laverne.
And I'm Cranston.
And today we have a special treat. We're going to take a step back in time and look at how our education system has evolved over these many years.
We'll go to K-Stu in the field to help us out.
Thanks, Cranston. Well, over this last decade, only noble and clergymen were educated. But as we evolved, we allowed the adult males who wanted to study into schools. We then allowed teachers to start setting up their own schools to get students to enroll and pay fees. Our education system resembles that of Athens. When Plato and Aristotle taught, our government finally created protection and privileges for students and teachers. We called this universitas, meaning association of the people. This word eventually grew to the word university, which is why we are here with you today.
Thanks, K-Stu. Well, we are here today because a school specializing in theology, religious doctrine, and liberal arts is opening today in Paris. This school will be the University of Oxford and will allow students to get degrees and become masters in their subjects so they can enjoy at commencement, so they can go on to study law or medicine.
Thanks, Cranston. All right, here's our 3-day forecast. On Friday, we got a nice little bit of sunshine and the high of 35. Saturday, we get the high of 36. We're getting a little bit toasty up in here. We had a chance of snow. And on Sunday, we're dropping down to 32 with a nice little headwind coming up along the coast. And that's all for this week.
That message, Kronk. Now we're going to have a live call from one of our viewers.
I heard you mention that education resembled that of Plato and Aristotle, and it made me wonder how philosophy has developed over our age.
That is an excellent question. Well, viewer one, during the Middle Ages, the works of Greek and Roman philosophers came to Western Europe through the Muslims in Spain and Sicily. European scholars used
scholasticism
to try and combine Aristotle's ideas with those of early church writers to discover how people could live perfect lives.
Viewer number 1, we hope we answered your question. Now we have some interesting news regarding our language. Take it away, Kronk, with today's blast from the past.
Well, here we are at Niagara Falls. After Rome collapsed, Latin continued to be a written and spoken language. During Middle Ages, common people spoke vernacular languages or everyday speech. Dante and Chaucer were two very popular writers. Dante, for example, was born in Florence, Italy in 1265 and used Latin Divine Comedy. Who wrote the Divine Comedy? And Chaucer, on the other hand, was born in England somewhere around 1340. He is the person who wrote the Canterbury Tales.
Breaking news, this just in. Dante Alighieri just released his new epic poem called Divine Comedy. It takes us on a journey through heaven and hell to show how a soul reaches God. All right, I'm out in the field on our way to hear a Canterbury Tale from Winifred. Let's see how the story begins. Welcome. One day, Arsinoe and Palamon, who were cousins, were prisoners in the castle of Theseus, the Duke of Rome. They fell in love with the same girl, whose name was Emily. After escaping from prison, they both fought with each other for Emily. Soon Theseus found out. He set to gather an army of 100 men apiece and fight each other. The winner got to marry Emily. Palamon prayed to Venus to make Emily his wife. Emily prayed to Diana that she wanted to marry the one who truly loved her, and Arcite prayed to Mars for victory. During battle, Palamon was wounded with a sword, and Arcite won the battle. However, before he could claim his prize, his horse threw him off, and he lay dying on the ground. His last words, he told Emily that she should marry Palamon because he would make a good husband. They married, and all of their prayers were fulfilled in the end.